If your grades are dropping right now, 1 of 5 problems is the reason. Fix it this week, and your academic comeback starts immediately. Most students think their problem is motivation. It's not. The real problem is they're attacking the wrong weakness. Some students are studying in ways that literally don't build memory, and some are working hard but learning nothing. Today you're going to diagnose exactly which one you are, and once you see the real problem, fixing your grades becomes way easier. But stay until the end, because mistake number 5 is the one almost every hardworking student makes, and it quietly destroys their grades. First, quick test. Don't overthink this. If you sit down to study, but your brain feels scattered and stressed, you're overwhelmed. If you keep checking your phone every few minutes, you're distracted. If you study for hours but forget everything the next day, you're fake studying. If you genuinely try but still don't understand the material, you're struggling. And if assignments pile up until you panic before deadlines, you're procrastinating. One of these is killing your grades. Let's fix them. Mistake number 1, the overwhelmed student. Most students don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because their brain is overloaded. Think about it. You have 6 classes, assignments from 3 teachers, group projects, tests, homework, and somehow you expect your brain to treat all of that as equally important. It can't. Your brain doesn't prioritize automatically, which means everything feels urgent and nothing gets done properly. Top students solve this with something called the 3 priority rule. Instead of trying to manage 10 academic tasks at once, they choose 3 priorities per study session. That's it. Example, tonight's study session might look like this. Priority 1, chemistry test on Thursday. Priority 2, history essay due tomorrow. Priority 3, math homework. Everything else becomes background noise. And here's the important part. You physically write these 3 priorities before you start studying, not in your head, on paper. Because the moment your brain sees a clear target, your stress drops, focus increases, and suddenly the work feels manageable again. Most students skip this step. They just open their laptop and hope their brain organizes everything. It won't. Your brain is not a task manager. It's a problem-solving machine. Give it 3 problems, not 20.
But being overwhelmed isn't actually the biggest reason students struggle today. The real killer is distraction.
Mistake number 2, the distracted student. If your phone is within arm's reach while studying, your focus is already broken. And this isn't about discipline, it's about biology. Every notification your phone sends releases a small dopamine spike in your brain. Your brain starts craving that spike. So even when there's no notification, you check anyway. And every time you do this, something dangerous happens. Your brain resets its focus timer. Research shows it takes about 23 minutes to fully regain deep concentration after an interruption, which means if you check your phone every 5 minutes, you're never actually entering real focus. You're just pretending to study. Top students don't rely on willpower to fix this. They build focus barriers. The most effective one is called the phone barrier method. Step 1, put your phone in another room. Not face down, not silent. Another room. Step 2, set a 25-minute timer. During those 25 minutes, your only job is to work. No phone, no checking messages, nothing. Step 3, when the timer ends, take a 5-minute break. Check your phone if you want. Then repeat. This is the correct version of the Pomodoro technique, and it works because you're training your brain to focus in short, controlled bursts. But here's another trick most students don't know. Turn your phone to grayscale mode. No colors, no bright icons, just black and white. Your phone instantly becomes less stimulating, which makes it easier to ignore. But even if you remove distractions, a lot of students still struggle because they're making a different mistake. They're studying, but their brain isn't actually learning anything. And this next mistake is responsible for more wasted study hours than anything else. Let's talk about fake studying. Mistake number 3, fake studying. This is the most common mistake smart students make. They sit at their desk for 2 hours, highlighter out, notes open, lecture video playing, and it feels productive, but their brain isn't actually learning anything because reading information is not the same as remembering it. Your brain stores memories when it retrieves information, not when it sees it, which means this common study routine is basically useless. Read notes, highlight, reread again. That's passive studying. It feels like work, but it builds almost zero long-term memory. Top students replace this with something called active recall. Here's the exact system. Step 1, close your notebook completely. Step 2, write down everything you remember about the topic. Don't check your notes, don't peek, just dump within your brain. Step 3, when the timer ends, open your notes and compare. Everything you missed becomes your weak spot. Step 4, study only those weak spots. Then repeat the recall test again. This forces your brain to pull information out, which strengthens memory pathways. It's the same reason quizzes work better than rereading. Your brain grows stronger every time it has to search for an answer. And if you want to make this system even more powerful, use a tool called spaced repetition. The easiest way to do this is with the app Anki. Instead of reviewing everything every day, Anki shows you information right before you're about to forget it, which means you spend less time studying but remember more. But sometimes the problem isn't fake studying. Sometimes you're actually trying, putting in the time, doing the work, and the material still doesn't make sense.
That's a completely different problem.
Mistake number 4, the struggling student. If you don't understand a concept, studying it longer usually doesn't help. Most students respond to confusion like this. They read the same page again, then again, then again. But confusion doesn't disappear through repetition. It disappears through clarity. And one of the best ways to create clarity is the Feynman technique. This method forces you to simplify information until you truly understand it. Here's exactly how it works. Step 1. Pick one concept. Let's say you're studying photosynthesis. Step 2. Explain it out loud like you're teaching a 12-year-old. Not a teacher, not a classmate, a kid. Which means you must use simple language. Something like plants use sunlight to turn water and carbon dioxide into sugar so they can grow. Step 3. Notice where your explanation breaks. Maybe you suddenly realize you don't know where oxygen comes from. That's your knowledge gap. Step 4. Go back to the textbook or ask for help only on that gap. Then try the explanation again. If you can teach something simply, you actually understand it. This method works because teaching forces your brain to organize information logically. But even students who understand material still sabotage themselves with one final mistake. And it has nothing to do with intelligence. It's about timing. Mistake number 5, the procrastination trap. Most students don't fail because they can't do the work. They fail because they start too late. Homework stacks up, assignments pile higher, then suddenly it's midnight the day before the deadline. Now everything becomes panic studying, and panic studying destroys quality. Your brain works best when learning is spread out, not cramped. Top students avoid this with something ridiculously simple, the 30-minute rule. Every day after school, before gaming, before social media, before anything else, you study for 30 minutes. That's it. 30 focus minutes. Some days you'll continue studying longer. Other days you'll stop after 30. But this tiny habit prevents work from stacking, because every day you're pushing the mountain down a little, instead of letting it grow until it crushes you. And the hardest part of studying has never been the work itself. It's starting. Once your brain begins, momentum takes over, which is why this rule works so well. So let's recap. If you're overwhelmed, use the 3-priority rule. If you're distracted, use the phone barrier method. If you're fake studying, switch to active recall. If you're struggling, apply the Feynman technique. If you're procrastinating, follow the 30-minute rule. Notice something. None of these solutions require you to suddenly become smarter, or more talented, or more motivated. They're just better systems. Use these systems for the next 7 days, and you'll probably feel stupid for how you studied before. Now, decide something. Are you the student who keeps watching productivity videos, or the student who actually runs the system? Because the difference between average students and top students isn't talent, it's execution. And if you want the exact exam study strategy that top students use the week before tests, watch the next video. That's where this whole system becomes permanent.